Did it first try. Didn't even remember. And I died immediately after. That is freaking amazing. Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire. Hope you guys are staying safe and washing your hands during this time we're going through right now. But I wanted to make a video that I think a lot of you guys would like, and that is going to be the top 10 hardest Call of Duty Zombies maps. Now, to be honest with you guys, I think that this list is pretty much like what the community thinks, but if you disagree, that's totally fine. But I want to know what you guys think are the top 5 hardest maps down below, or you can give me your top 10 as well. You can tell me if you agree or disagree with my list, all that sort of thing. But I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Now, before I get into it, I just want to let you guys know I made a new music channel where I upload every single day. That link will be down below, as well as the brand new merch. I have 3 different designs on screen. You can see the shirts, and I'm selling those currently as well, and that directly supports me. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the list. All right, guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Call of the Dead from Black Ops 1. Now, there are a few different things that make this map very difficult. First of all, you have George. Now, George has 250,000 health per player, so you need to deal a ridiculous amount of damage if you want to kill him, which obviously does not make it very easy to kill him in general. Now, another thing that's really annoying is George is going to follow you around the map the entire time unless you end up killing him, and also he can make zombies go sporadic. Every time, even if you don't shoot him, occasionally he will yell and all the zombies will start sprinting around him. Also, when he chases you, he can slam down his light and have zombies get electrocuted, which can deal a little bit more damage to you as well, which can be very annoying, especially on the later rounds. Speaking of later rounds, you only have the VR11 and the Scavenger, and the VR11 is really only useful if you're playing co-op because it can give your teammates zombie blood and insta-kill when you shoot them, but if you're playing solo, it's completely useless. And the Scavenger is really only kind of effective up until about round 40, and by round 40, it's going to start making crawlers and just not be very good overall in general. So it can be very difficult once you get to the later rounds with those weapons. And also Jug is all the way in the bottom of the front of the ship, so it can be a little difficult to get set up, especially with the 2-hit system on Black Ops 1. It can just be really hard to get Jug unless you go like at the end of a round or at the like between rounds. That's probably the best time to get Jug, because otherwise you can get swarmed down there and you go really slow through the water and can freeze, which is another problem with the map. So that's why it comes in here at the number 10 spot. I personally love the map, but I will say it is fairly difficult. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be my favorite overall zombies map, and that is going to be Mob of the Dead. You guys see me talk about this all the times in streams and on Twitter all the time. I joke about it, but Mob of the Dead is really one of my favorite maps, but it is fairly difficult. Now, the Easter egg is super easy, probably one of the easiest Easter eggs in all of Call of Duty Zombies, but when you get into high rounds and things like that, that's when this map gets really difficult and starts being really hard. Now, one thing about Mob of the Dead is you can get double slapped very easily. It has basically the same system as Origins, where the zombies are a little crazy. It feels like they're on crack compared to some of the other maps like Buried and Die Rise and stuff like that. I just feel like it's a little bit more difficult, and I don't know if that's just something I feel because I play Mob all the time, but I just feel like the zombies are just a little more hectic. Now, you have Brutus, but he's pretty easy to take care of, but it gets really hard when he locks down perks and you need to pay a lot of points to reopen those. That can be annoying. He locks down like Jug, just like we're locked down in our house during this coronavirus time, and to be honest, I just think that is a little annoying. Now, another thing is you have really close quarters areas to run, especially when you get up into the infirmary on the level below the roof. This area is super tight on either side that you go, and then going up the stairs or going out the top door can be really tricky as well, because it's basically one zombie wide. So if there's a zombie there, you better kill him really quickly or you're gonna die, and that's why the tomahawk comes in super useful for that, but still you can get trapped very easily in this area. And also just running through the map, there's not a lot of areas to go. And also the vitrolic withering, the wonder weapon of the map, it starts making crawlers around the middle of the 30s, so it's really not that great for high rounds. So you're going to end up using the tomahawk more and traps if you want to go for higher rounds. So I think Mob of the Dead definitely deserves to be here on the list, and it comes in at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Origins. Now, as I talked about on Mob of the Dead, I feel like the zombies are on crack on both Mob of the Dead and Origins. I feel like the Origin zombies literally have no mercy because I get double slapped all the time. Even on the lower rounds before I get jugged, it can be super hard, even on the lower rounds, because you can just get overwhelmed. You have tight areas, especially if you're at like Gen 2 or Gen 3. There's really not that much room to move around. I guess Gen 3 is a little bit more open, so you can definitely move around there. But like Gen 2, for example, when you're getting the Ice Staff disc, it can be really hard to move around. And then on round 8, the Panzer comes, so if you don't have a staff, you can get trapped and just in a really bad situation. He can grab you, drag you into zombies, light you on fire, all that sort of thing. So it can be definitely very difficult. And that's really the only thing that makes Origins hard, I would say. Running through the mud, not being able to move super fast, and the zombies on crack, as well as the Panzer, just make it a little bit more difficult. Now, I personally think that once you get the staffs, it can be a lot easier, and it's definitely not nearly as hard, but it does start off really hard, and that's why I put it here at the number 8 spot on this list. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Moon. Now, I understand why a lot of people would consider this more of an easy map, but at the same time, this map can be very difficult to do a lot of different things. First of all, especially if you go out to Area 51 to Pack-a-Punch, the zombies are going berserk, and this can be really hard if you don't really practice in Area 51 that much. Another thing that's really difficult about this map is that you really don't have a lot of space to move around if you're going through the laboratories, and you always have to keep your PES system on. So a lot of the sounds that you would normally hear in zombies get a lot more quiet, and you really can't hear everything going on perfectly. And not only that, but you have the excavator going on every like 5 or 6 rounds. So if you don't want it to lock down an area, you have to make it all the way to spawn with a hacker device and hack the excavator so it doesn't go down and open up a new area. And that is just really annoying in general as well. Now, the good thing about Moon is it has fun wonder weapons to use, but at the same time, it can be very difficult if you're not used to the map. And the anti-gravity as well as the teleporting Nova crawlers and the labs are super annoying. So that's why Moon comes in here at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Nuketown. Now, as you guys know, Nuketown Zombies is a great survival map. That's really all it is. It's a survival map that's fairly basic, and it's just going to be one of those maps that you play to either get better at zombies pretty much, or just play in general. Now, the reason I think this map is so difficult is because the perks and the Pack-a-Punch machine spawn in a random order. If you're playing solo, you always get quick revive first, which is fairly nice, but there's a chance that you may end up getting perks you don't want first and then getting jugged later on around like 16 or 20 or something like that, and it can just be the last perk that you get. So you have to really survive with just double tap and speed cola and Pack-a-Punch, which can be a lot more challenging because Black Ops 2 is a 2-hit system. So I really think that this map is a really good survival map, and that's what it was intentional for, just to be a good map to get better. And it's a great map for learning how to train and all that sort of thing. But if you get double slapped, you're pretty much dead, and that's what sucks about it if you don't have Jug. So that's why Nuketown comes in here at the number 6. Coming in as a coincidence at the number 5 spot is going to be the map 5, which is the Pentagon. Now, obviously, 5 is not the easiest map because it's very, very close quarters. There's not a lot of room to move around at all whatsoever because it's so close quarters, especially in the war room area. Now, if you decide you want to train, you can open up all the different barriers in the war room and kind of go around in a circle, but the zombies will spawn a little bit sporadically. And if you decide you want to go down into the laboratories, you also have to deal with the Nova crawlers, which can be a huge problem. And not only that, but the Winter's Howl is the wonder weapon 4-5, which is just not effective at all. Now, the Pentagon Thief really isn't that much of a problem. If anything, he really helps you when you end up getting a bonfire sale, so you can pack for 1,000 points. Or if you end up, getting a fire sale, that's also really useful. But it just seems like there's not enough good weapons and really good places to survive on this map overall. So a lot of people think it's really hard, and that's why it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Shangri-La. Now, I have a ton of trouble with this map, and I've never really mastered it because I don't play it that often because I feel like it's too difficult, at least in my personal opinion. Now, it has my favorite weapon, the 3179 JGB 215, or the baby gun, which I think is super cool, and basically all the zombies that are shrunk are literally one hit away from dying. So you can like throw a Semtex at the ground, shoot your baby gun, and it will kill all the baby zombies, which is really cool. But it also has the napalm zombie, which is pretty much one of the hardest zombie bosses because it takes so much damage to actually end up blowing it up, and then it creates fire, so even zombies will die from the fire, but you can also get damaged as well, which can be kind of a big problem, I would say. And also, not only that, but you have the Shrieker, and when you're in really, really close quarters areas and you're not expecting him, he can blind you for a short time, and if you don't end up killing him right away, he can cause a lot of problems. Now, the cool thing about the Shrieker is if you get a headshot on him, he will actually explode and kill the zombies around him, which is really, really useful. So always aim for the head for Shriekers. But this map is just so close quarters. There's not really anywhere to like train really, and you kind of just gotta camp and like hold down a specific area. So I really think Shang is a difficult map, and that's why it comes in here at the number 4 spot. Coming in here at the number 3 spot is going to be Black Ops 1 Verrucht. Now, not World at War, not the Black Ops 3 version, literally Black Ops 1. Now, the reason Black Ops 1 is so hard is because this was the first map where there was no, or the first like time that Verrucht was played without a zombie cap. In World at War, you had 24 zombies per round, so it made it a lot simpler and a lot easier. But on Black Ops 1, you really can't do much. Now, a lot of people have gotten really, really good at this map and have played it a ton, but I feel like Black Ops 1 is just the most difficult. Now, you have the Winter's Howl as the only wonder weapon on the map, making it really, really unuseful as well. And you don't have PhD for the ray gun, so you're still going to deal damage to yourself even if you end up getting the best possible weapon. So that's why I think this map is just super hard. Now, a lot of people have gotten good at like using the traps and things like that, which can be super, super useful if you're able to run them effectively. But I've always found it to be so hard. The only real good camping spot is in the kitchen with like the butcher's knife and the table. And once you end up starting to get overrun there, it can just be game over and you really can't do anything. And if you spawn on the quick revive side, you still can't really do much either. And the good thing and redeeming fact about this and why it's not higher up on the list is you can get Jug to make everything a little bit easier, and quick revive because it is Black Ops 1, but it still is really, really difficult in my personal opinion. And it's pretty much a map that I never play because of how hard it is. Coming in at the number 2 spot is a bare bones survival map. It has no perks and you just have to survive as long as you can, and that is going to be Bus Depot. Now, as you guys know, Bus Depot is super, super hard because it doesn't have Jug, it doesn't have quick revive, it really doesn't have anything to help you at all. The best gun on the map is definitely the ray gun. You can buy the MP5 off the wall, and it has the other like starting room weapons as well. But one major problem I have with this map is the fact that zombies can catch on fire and blow up, which deal way more damage to you. So if you are close to a zombie that is on fire and it blows up, you can literally get red screened instantly. So if you get slapped once, you're dead. And Black Ops 2 has the 2-hit system as well. So if you get in a really bad spot, you can get double slapped so easily and just die. And it really, really sucks. This is probably one of the most frustrating maps specifically for me. I find it really, really hard, and I don't play it that often either, just because I don't feel like getting stressed out. Every time I play, as soon as I spawn in on the map, I'm already like, my heart rate is going and racing, and I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna die so quick. And I just feel like I'm destined to fail every time I load up the map. So that one comes in here at the number 2 spot. Definitely bust defo is really, really hard. All right, guys, and coming in at the number 1 spot, this is the hardest zombies map in my opinion, and that is going to be Black Ops 1 Knocked. Now, there are a couple things about Knocked that make it fairly easy in Black Ops 1. The fact that you have the Thunder Gun is so nice, but I feel like the Thunder Gun would have been a little bit more effective if it was on like Verruct or something, because on Knocked, you can't pack a punch it, so you get 12 shots and that's it, which can be really, really annoying. I guess 13 if it's already loaded, which can be a huge problem as well. Now, the thing about Knocked is you really only have Mule Kick, and Mule Kick doesn't really help you because it gives you, yes, another gun, but there's really nowhere else to do anything on this map. It's so bare bones. There's no perks, and if you get hit, double slap, you're dead. And on Black Ops 1, there's no zombie cap either. So in World at War, you only had 24 zombies around, so you could really train around in the starting room and use the flamethrower and effectively go for high rounds. But there's no flamethrower in Black Ops 1. You literally only have the Thunder Gun and the ray gun, and that's pretty much it for effective weapons. Now, if you have 4 players, you can definitely camp in like the OG grenade spot, but you're still going to start getting overrun by about round 20, making this one of the most difficult maps ever in Call of Duty Zombies. So that's why I think it deserves to be in the number 1 spot. Knocked is the first ever zombies map, and it's so bare bones that it becomes so difficult just to survive on. And honestly, I probably haven't gotten past round 20 on Black Ops 1 Knocked. It's really that difficult for me, and definitely for a lot of people. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to be the top 10 hardest zombies maps. Let me know what you guys thought of the list. Also, let me know your hardest zombies maps or the maps that are hardest for you. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys in the next video later on this week. Peace out, guys. And also, I'm going to be streaming over on my Twitch channel. When you see this video, I'm probably going to be going live around like 7 p.m. Eastern time or so. So if you guys want to watch me stream, that would be really cool to see you guys there in the stream. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.